Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. The way that this stuck to that container was cartoonish. Like, usually it like flops around. I can't believe it. It was like a magnet. It was wild. So this was an unexpected package from Maxace, and it was huge. And as many of you know, I have come to really enjoy the unexpected huge packages that Maxace flops onto my desk. Oh, God. Should I edit that? Nah, we'll leave it in. This I can't wait to see what this is, because we know that it's going to be something absurd, and that's the kind of stuff that makes what I do super fun. Today's video is, of course, not a review. It's just an unboxing and first impressions, so we'll see what it is. Either way, I will link it down in the description. I think I actually have a discount code for Maxace, so links in the description for whatever this is. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. What do we have? Oh my, it is, of course, a gigantic... Now, what is all of this? Okay. Some sort of key, almost certainly the secondary pin. Lots of additional hardware. Maxace is so good about this. Maxace is so awesome. Look at this, so much. Even the additional lock bar insert. And now separating them into their own bags. What is this? Oh, are these additional, are they inlays? What? Hold on. Yeah, okay. So it's kind of like a gold, I can't tell if that's aluminum or titanium. It doesn't feel like brass. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Good Lord, look at this. That looks like a knife. Am I right, guys? High five. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Good. You go. Good for you. Pointing that out. Funny guy. You funny. Silly guy. Shut up. All right. So, look at this blade. This is ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. M390. We have a... actually, I don't know if this is a finish that I've seen from Maxace before. It looks like, oh, it's like a glass blasting or a media blasting, similar to what We does and Remet. This is hulking. I mean, seriously, this is a gigantic knife. Hold on. Let me see if I can put this into perspective to everybody. Number one, I'm still trying to take this all in at once. There's a lot going on here. So we have vents so that the knife doesn't overheat. It looks like it might be collapsing under its own weight, right? So maybe similar to how our sun produces heat, you know, through fusion or something. Maybe that's what the vents are for, because the thing is so freaking massive. We have, what is this? So it's a frame lock. It's a titanium frame lock. And then we have oversized, absolutely oversized, massive thumb studs. Really good action. That's a nice thing about these really ridiculous. The reason I'm poking fun at the gas station comment is because the implication there is that Maxace doesn't know and they're taking themselves really seriously. They're not. Maxace produces this stuff on purpose because they can. It's funny, but at the same time, they're sort of playing with that irony, like we can produce that look, which is funny because it is literally that look, that gas station look, is based on something that cannot be original. It was never original because it was based on copying or imitating super high-end knives of the time, poorly, right? So they've added layers to this by producing modern, overbuilt and impossibly perfect in terms of tolerances, these crazy, ridiculous knives that bear a passing resemblance to knives that poorly imitate high-quality knives. Maxace is fully aware of this, and so are the buyers. That's what makes Maxace so much fun. They also are capable of producing like their Black Mirror model is obviously much more, a toned down, like good value EDC knife that is also a premium knife. But anyways, the Blacklight. I think that's what they called this. Here, I'll let you guys look at the packaging here. So the Maxace Blacklight, PVD coated handle and an M390. Yeah, let's take a look at this. Maxace doing their usual thing and putting way too many screws on the handle on purpose. We have this piece right here, which I'm not even really sure. So I'm going to guess that this little key thing here is probably the secondary pin. Look at that. Why? It's so funny. Yeah, I bet it does make it easier to like screw in there though. Oh yeah, that's nice and handy. There you go. You could attach a carabiner to it, you know, have it hanging off your belt or whatever. So I always point out, does another pin increase the strength overall between the frame? Because it's already a frame lock, right? It's already got oversized materials, more surface contact, right? It's probably got an oversized pivot, oversized blade stock, all of that. Does adding another pin make the knife less likely? Let's put it this way. Does it make it less likely to disengage? Yes. Now, a lot of you guys remember that video I did a while back where I used the Maxace Vortex S, which was the less expensive version of the Vortex that they did. I put that pin in there, and that thing was huge. That was a much more robust knife than this, and I batoned it. It was like a cold steel tactical baseball bat, polypropylene baseball bat, and I started batoning it through a pallet, and I actually broke the frame lock. Why? Because even when the pin is engaged, even though the pin is engaged, some of the energy is transferred to the frame lock. I know that because if I move the frame lock out of the way, you can hear it. Moves up and down. That means when the frame lock's engaged, sitting right there. So where does that energy go? To the weakest point, as far as I know, right? Now, I didn't know at the time, but the failure occurred because the cutouts in the relief cut, which is the weakest part of any frame lock, were 90 degrees. I didn't know that this actually makes it weaker. So this was, you know, something that they had done that makes this weaker. Apparently, I'm no pro. Carving these out to be more rounded at the edges increases the strength of this. Does that mean, because that's what these are, these miniature little cuts here, right? Does that make this superior? I don't know. I still wouldn't say that this is now baton mode engaged, but I would still say, yeah, it's probably superior to your standard frame lock, but you have to have this in here. I don't know that Maxace produces these things assuming that people are going to, I full-heartedly do not believe that Maxace is like, yeah, we want everybody to believe that this is dollar for dollar the best possible tool for any task that would require that much force from a folding bladed object. I think that they expect people to use common sense. The problem is that not everybody is going to do that. But it does certainly, I think, make it a little bit stronger. Personally, I don't trust folding knives to do fixed blade tasks. And truthfully, a lot of the tasks that would require the strength of a fixed blade over a folding knife, in many cases, require an entirely different tool. I think it's ultra specific that you would need a fixed blade specifically to do a task that a folding knife, I mean, like a big folding knife cannot do. Obviously, fixed blades would have the benefit of having a longer blade, and there's definitely tasks that fixed blades are more suited for versus folding knives, right? But we have to divide these up into like is it optimized, right? So I think some people know what I'm saying here. But this is more haha fun than it is like, yeah, it's got to be this or it's nothing. If this can't do it, it's nothing. No. I think these secondary pins do a lot more, are much more effective when the locking system itself is not reliant on like a frame lock. And I've been saying this for a while. I think it would be really cool if Maxace would produce some sort of coil spring operated spine locking system. You know, like, I don't know if we can throw the ram lock in there. The super lock tends to be pretty strong, but your locking systems like the Demco Shark Lock and your Demco Triad Lock, obviously, given that it operates on, you know, multiple points of contact and a pin. If you were to double pin a triad lock, you're at that point, it's like you must destroy the knife in order to disengage that lock. You have to destroy all of it. So I think it'd be cool if Maxace would produce something like that, but it's still plenty capable if you really want to use it. I think what you're going to be working against most of the time is just the fact that it's so absolutely massive. I mean, that blade stock thickness has got to be at least 190 thousandths. That's a thick blade. Yeah, 192 thousandths. Like the bag spacer. I appreciate these knives for so much more than just like what I would hypothetically put them through. There's so much detail in the bag spacer. There's so much going on here. Like, I have to assume that the design team behind this knife, or maybe it's just one person, had so much fun designing this. It's so, I don't know. I can't decide if I want to say steampunk or Warhammer 40K. I'm not really sure where this lands. It's just really fun. Can you front flip it? Yeah, absolutely. This is a fun object. Let's measure it and weigh it real quick. So the overall length of the Blacklight, which probably comes in multiple variations, it's almost 10 inches. 9.9 blade length. I'm going to say 4 1/4. Cutting edge 3.85 thanks to a super generous forward choil. Wowzers. Okay, that's a big old fun one there. That's the type of overbuilt knife that I like to hang on to. Those are just fun. And then these inlays here, yeah, so that's where these would go. If you don't like the vents, we can put these in here like this, and that's what it's going to look like, right? So that's kind of cool. That's neat that they included this. I don't know what the price is at the moment. I haven't looked it up, but I'll link this in the description so you guys can see it. It's probably going to be pretty expensive. That's going to be it today. I will do a full review of this guy. It's not going to be fun carrying that guy around. It's really big. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.